What is going on, traders? Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Monday to you. April 3rd. Here we are, first day of the month pretty much for trading, and markets were quiet, only up in the green about 0.38%. Final print just under 411. 410.95 was the final print here. And we'll start off, of course, on the daily chart on the S&P 500. And before we get into any more detail, of course, this video is for entertainment and educational purpose only. And of course, if you're enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can see when we post our daily videos. All right, so with that being said, here we are on the daily chart, and we've been watching this uptrend channel that we have been trading in for some time now, and here we are pretty much at the top of this channel. So again, very tricky spot to be in. The risk to reward for the bulls is starting to wane, in my opinion, and we'll have to see, can they break just over this and rip through? Sure, totally possible. We do have a little bit more room. We're not seeing complete oversold levels yet on the Momo, so we got a little bit of room here. We can get oversold. You see here in February, it got pretty oversold, overbought, excuse me. But either way, definitely a dicey spot to be in. We may see a little bit more upside, but I do still think that we are running out of buyers up in this premium area. And it's very likely that, we'll see a little bit of a pullback and some consolidation. So watch for some inside bars here to print, especially since this is a short week. We have Good Friday on Friday this week. Now, as far as the pullback is concerned, and let's switch charts. As far as the pullback, and I'm sure that's everybody, I think I was saying this yesterday, retracements, pullback does not mean, you'll probably hear the bears start screaming and hollering and salivating about if we get a 1% down day or 1.5% down day. That it doesn't mean by any standards that this bull run is over. This is just normal price action. It's going to need to retrace a little bit just to kind of, rebalance itself after this huge, 5 days pretty much up, so some rebalancing is in order. And of course, we do have these gaps below as well. And I'm not saying when we're gonna fill them, we don't know. That's anybody's guess, but definitely something we want to keep an eye on, as there are those imbalances in price in those areas. So we might only come back into 407. My first area consideration would be coming just back and retesting this high here, and then moving down and then possibly making that move back up. Or we could break it and come back and retest the top of this consolidation, or that this is pretty much in that 405 pivot zone. Oh, excuse me. No. This is pretty much in that 405 pivot zone. So anywhere in that 405 to 404.25 could be another spot where it could come down, retest, and then bounce back up. So the depth of the pullback, the depth of the retracement is going to be, the big question, and nobody really knows the answer to that. But we are very extended away from those moving averages for sure. And daily 9 right now is sitting around 402.14, and the 20 is just under that 400. So I don't know if we'll make it all the way to 400. It's possible. Back test that major level and then make a decision from there. Hopefully, I would rather not see a pullback back into that 400, because then we're back in this consolidation zone again, and that probably is going to be annoying. So if anything, for me personally, I would rather us either come back into the 407 or the 404, 425, 405 area, and then have that next leg. So hopefully that's what we get, but it's anybody's guess. Let's see if we can decipher anything from. Well, let's we looked at the Wyckoff for a while now. Okay. So, looking at the Wyckoff here, not too much here. We marked down, broke up, came back into this accumulation zone, distribution zone again. Interesting. So, like I was saying, I personally feel like this is an area where price had been already predetermined to be at a premium, and yeah, we can see a little bit more upside for sure, but it's very dicey up here, and we have to take note of that and just not go running in. But of course, bigger picture right now, bulls are in control. There's no doubt about that, and we still have this bit of inverted head and shoulders that we've been working on, but we'll have to see if they can break the neckline. For me, these patterns are meaningless until we break the neckline. Then we can really see that big move. Will we get a trend day this week? I don't know. I'm not sure. Short week, but hopefully next week we at least get one. That would be nice. However, we saw these big moves, so in my mind, it's more likely that we're to see trickier price action that goes up and down. And we got that a bit today. I'm not going to go into it too much, but we got a bit of that today in the sense that we rallied up. We rallied up in this ascending wedge here right into a supply zone, broke the structure, came down, back up, tested that 410, rejected. I think that was around that VWAP area again. Came in, made a higher low, and then back up to that area of liquidity. Those POPs all getting filled. So, but this price action, as far as the whips are concerned, is what I'm talking about, and us not seeing a trend, and you can see we basically traded in a $3 or $4 $3 range now. What was the high? 411.30. Yeah, $3 range. So so what are we looking for tomorrow? One thing I do wanted to mention that I am noticing here is, I'm gonna have to redo this. Oh, 4 hour, although very extended in this dangerous zone. A bit of a bull flag starting to form here. We are still pretty spicy up on the Momo. On the hourly, I think is cooling off a little bit. 4 hours still hot, but this could pop to the upside and lead us a little bit higher, fake break, and then come back down. That could certainly happen, but want to watch this. I mean, it would be impressive, but it's totally possible that we just rip out of this bear flag and go a lot higher. But I think it's going to be, more up, down, or maybe even down, then back up, that type of price action. So, like I said, this week, defense for me is the name of the game, and I encourage that to be true for everybody. Just be a little bit more careful with the short week and trading smart, managing position size. I'm trading a little bit smaller, not too aggressive, and we'll wait for that big next breakout before really stepping on the gas again. But it's, we're due to kind of chill out for a bit. Let's just switch this over here. See on the hourly here, very thin on the volume profile, way outside of value, and that is not good. And like I was talking about, as far as the premium is concerned, outside of value, very expensive. If we come up on the 180-day 12-hour, we're also coming right into value area high here as well. So Can see some resistance here for sure. You know, this 411.30, we've had multiple reactions in this zone. You can see up here in the start of September. We also hit here. This was the other way where it acted as support, and this whole area here in August as well. So I'm going to be watching this zone particularly for sure for some kind of some framework of what we're dealing with at the time when price either delivers over or starts to break under, and that will help me make my decision on whether or not we're going long or short or what. I probably think we might see some similar price action tomorrow as yesterday, in the sense that this 4-hour flag might break out, but then be a fake breakout and then reverse and head back down. That is something I am looking at. I prefer to sell off a little bit so we can catch a long back up, like we had earlier today, but I'm flexible for whatever. But being at the value area high here is very interesting. Tough. A lot more of the volume profile here to work with, though. That's for sure. But this is definitely going to cause some trouble, in my opinion. Doesn't mean that I'm saying we're going to dump all the way down, but it means, you know, we could pull back and, you know, kind of, you know, go sideways. It's fine. I'm swinging a few puts for next Friday. 400s. I closed them. I got in half a position. I added a little bit. I still closed about 15% down with that little end of day rally. Got time on them, not too concerned, but you know, for me, even getting down to this 407, if I get 35% on them, that's fine. You know, with the counter trend trades, you trade them a bit smaller, and you know, you're not looking for these huge moves. You know, maybe I might consider getting into some monthlies, but you know, I don't want to overexpose myself short. And we can't deny that overall, like I was saying, you know, the bulls are in control here, without a doubt. I mean, that's really not a question. For me, you know, I just want a bit of a pullback for some healthy redistribution of price of what's going on in the auction, and then we can make that move higher. Things just need to reset a little bit, in my opinion, before that move. So that's pretty much all I've got. Let's trade smart, safe, defensive is the name of the game for me this week, and I wish you guys well on your trading on Tuesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow.